Okay, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classics Non-Classics. This is episode number 1823 and double shot number 1817. I have one IDW trade and one Marvel trade. The Marvel trade, both are kind of finales in a way. First one is Transformers Dark Cybertron Volume 2. The second half of this awesome crossover, which is basically collecting issues of Transformers, Robots in Disguise, issues 25 to 27, and Transformers, More Than Meets the Eye, 26 and 27, along with the Dark Cybertron finale. And these issues here, basically, we actually have the... You can call this basically, for wrestling, a face turn for Megatron, who had been a long-time bad guy of the franchise. So, in this one, we turn him to a baby, from a heel to a baby face. Yep, by basically becoming an Autobot. Yep. Yeah, he loses legs and basically changes sides. Yeah, Megatron becomes an Autobot, which I gotta admit, this was a really cool idea, reading this, and I gotta point out, this is never done before, where you turn Megatron into an Autobot. Though they do also have, later on, we also have, Soundwave, who's working with the Autobots. Not technically an Autobot per se, but he's an ally of theirs. Yeah, pretty much toward the end of the run for Transformers, a lot of the Decepticons, basically, like, a lot of the big name ones are barely featured. Basically, some are basically retired, or they're just, well, how should I put this, basically? Like, they're either retired or just basically been converted to good guys. And that's probably the reason why people just lost interest in Transformers at that point, because what's the point, basically, that if these guys turn to good? We also have with Lost Light as a spaceship who later got their own ongoing series. Oh, that was something. My apologies. I was looking at something. So, yeah, also Megatron gets sort of these swirl lines in his chest. Soundwave eventually is destroyed in this crossover, but it's a damn good story. Love it. I give this one a 9.5 out of 10. Love the artwork, too. The artwork is fantastic. It's mostly, of course, writing done by John Barber and James Roberts. Artwork is done by... The cover art is done by Phil Jimenez. The cover color is done by Romulo Fedora Jr. The collection design is basically is done by Tom B. Long. But yeah, really good crossover. I do recommend it if you're a fan of Transformers. But I would probably, before you start this crossover, read some of the stuff that came before this. But it is just really good. Oh, in case you're curious, though, how long before More Meets the Eye and Robots in Disguise ended? These two lasted for a little bit more period of time. At one point, at some point, the Robots in Disguise name would be dropped from the title due to or avoid confusion with the TV show at the time when it aired. The second Robots in Disguise TV show, which had nothing to do with the comic book at all. So they dropped the name from the comic book and just basically called it just Transformers until its relaunch after the events of Revolution, which will be both books lasted for a little over 50 issues before it finally concluded. All right, yep. All right, moving on to a different book, we have Warzones, Korvac Saga. This collects the last 3 issues of Guardians 3000 and the Korvac Saga miniseries, all written by Dan Abnett. Artwork by Nico Leon and Otto Smith. The cover art for Guardians 3000, issue 6, is Alex Ross. Yep. For some reason he does issue 6, and then 7 and 8 is done by Gerardo Salvador and Edgar Delgado. The cover art for the Korvac Saga is by Otto Smith. Now, basically, we're trying to continue the storyline of, well, trying to fix stuff related to timeline. We have the Star-Lord from the Guardians 3000 timeline meeting the regular Star-Lord, where he revealed he's actually descendant. He was born in 2295, while in the case of Star-Lord, he was born back in 1985, so basically like a 1,000-year difference. And of course, they argue back and forth. Now, looking up Gina, who is the original character of the book, she actually just basically argues, puts forth the buries the argument in the whole think that, oh, the 3000 timeline basically is a ripoff of them, despite the fact that the regular present day one basically took the name Guardians Galaxy from the future one. And I mentioned about Vance Asterisk, which they remember him, and they try to fix it. And oh yeah, by the way, they basically, of course, Old Hunger is actually just Galactus. Other many names, so he tries to help. They ask him about he declines, and I love the stuff of Guardians 3000. And then, like in the case of a book like the Wolverines, we end with a freaking cliffhanger that, which by the way, it's been 7 years since this series was abruptly canceled due to Secret Wars, and we still don't have a conclusion. It just abruptly stops. Yes, this is one thing that takes a lot of people off about basically Marvel Secret Wars. Like, any book basically had this big humongous plot line, everything is dropped. Like, does the book get relaunched thanks to post Secret Wars stuff? Nope, it gets canceled after only 8 issues. 8 freaking issues, which really, for a lot of people, probably tick people off. Yeah, Wolverine's kind of the same way too, where basically we have this final issue and we don't have a conclusion. The Korvac Saga is simply basically the Guardians, basically with Korvac, and it's a good basically nod to the whole storyline itself. It briefly placed Guardian 3000. After that, as far as I can tell, Dagnan Abnett left Marvel and he went to DC because I don't think he's done any more Marvel books since this book came out. No, most of his work at DC worked books like Titans and just like Odyssey. The guy's a good writer, but I kind of wish he would have finished the story here. But no, we had to abruptly cancel. It's weird though, we didn't have a volume 2 for Guardian 3000. We just had the volume 1 and then we just had this. Yeah, I thought this was kind of stupid. The fact we had to do this for Secret Wars. Like, oh, we can't have volume 2. We gotta do this. This technically is volume 2. Final thoughts on the Guardian 3000 series. Should not have been canceled. It's one of those mini series basically that Secret Wars basically screwed up the stuff basically because they had to restart after Secret War, which I thought was stupid. Yep, I'm going to end it here because I got to go to supper. So basically, I'll do one more Comic Corner, and then basically when I get back, I'll do one more Comic Corner and then back to Comic Writer. Okay? Next video. Bye.